Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know who I am, my name is Reesie. This is another chit chat video. I love chatting with you guys, podcast style. Welcome to another episode of my diary where we're going to be talking about why I am so excited to turn 30 and how this could be a motivational video for the people who want to be content creators that are in their 30s, 40s, 50s and up, and how I can give you a little bit more inspiration and motivation and get you to start now, because this is the perfect time. So if you're interested in my little chit chat and my little yap session, then definitely keep on watching. So I am not 30 yet, but I feel like I am. I'm 29, I'm about to turn 30, and I've been raving about being 30. Like sometimes when I talk to people, especially if I don't know them, I'm introducing myself and they ask for my age, I'm already saying I'm 30. A lot of my friends are wondering, why are you jumping to be in your 30s already? I feel a sense of peace and calm in my spirit the closer I get to 30. I used to love the movie 13 Going on 30 and how I'm like, dang, I really wish and I can't wait to see my 30-year-old self flourish, be successful, travel the world. My 13-year-old self would already be shook on the accomplishments I've already done, but I'm not 30 yet, and I feel like God has put vision in my mind that there's gonna be so much opportunities, doors opening up that we haven't seen before for older creators. And I feel like God has been preparing me in my 20s to be the best older creator. And there's been so much opportunities in my own agency for women in their 30s and 40s. Like I have to turn down quite a few campaigns because I don't even match the age group. You see a lot of these creators that are super young blowing up super fast, and you're wondering, how could that be you? Especially if you're older, the audience is more mature, like you can't relate to that. So how can you really fit in to that box? And I'm here to tell you, y'all, the businesses are already catching on to influencer marketing, but the real wealthy old money businesses are catching on to influencer marketing. And when I tell you, the real old money brands are hiring influencers right now that are in their 30s, mainly for women in their 40s. They are looking for creators that are in that age group. So let's talk about the influencer side of this specific age group. Like I already told you, I did have to turn down multiple campaigns with really well-known brands because I didn't fit the age group yet. And that's just something that you could start to consider when being a 30, 40 plus creator. Try to hop into the niche of lifestyle. A lot of brands are looking into more family and skincare content that are around this specific age group. Unfortunately, it's because, you know, a lot of people make it seem like getting older is a bad thing, especially for women. And a lot of brands, skincare brands to be exact, want to harp on that with youth serums and anti-aging serums and all that. And so they look for 30, 40, 50 plus creators to promote those type of products. So in a way, it's like feeding off of women's insecurities, but in another way, it's an opportunity to work with well-known brands, get into those rooms, get paid, and become a really successful content creator. I see a vision of more brands wanting to hire more mature creators. I can't see like a bank wanting to partner with a college student. You know, like a bank would want to partner with a family who's trying to buy a house, or a business owner who has a lot more experience and seasoned in the game. A lot of these really big companies want more seasoned older creators, and so I wanted to, create this video to hype anyone up that feels like they're too old to start content creating, because I think this is actually the perfect age group and time to hop onto this. I follow so many beautiful older creators that I look up to dearly. They have a family, they're so successful, they're walking red carpets, winning awards, getting 6-figure brand deals. Like, you guys, there is so much room, especially for this specific age group. And for me to see this vision and understand it now, I'm more prepared and more seasoned and more laser focused. I can't relate to some of these trends anymore that some younger creators might hop on, like the extra editing, the very Y2K aesthetic. I'm more in my grown, mature, real, like, wifey bag. So I definitely rebranded for more of my age group, of more like what women aspire to be in their 30s and 40s, instead of trying to compete, not really compete, but match the energy of the 20 somethings. So I'm excited. I'm so excited to be in. Let's talk about my personal life and how I'm so excited to turn 30. A little while ago, maybe when I was 24 or 5, I sat down with the mayor's wife of a city that I used to work at. I don't know why, but I was sitting there. She was back then probably in her 50s, and she was talking about how she's so happy and loves aging. She remembers in her 20s how she always cared about what people think, and how she always wanted to live up to people's expectations, and how being in your 30s, 40s, 50s, you feel like you have a little bit more success, you're a little bit more at peace with who you are. And I held that conversation to my heart throughout the years, being so excited to hit my 30s. It's not like feelings and like your thoughts change in your 30s, but I feel like preparing for my 30s really got me more excited to hit my 30s. Throughout my 20s, I planted seeds, and so I feel like I'm going to reap the harvest in my 30s. I feel like I'm already reaping my harvest, and I'm not even in my 30s yet, but there's so much more opportunities that I am now getting that is just new. Like, I had a goal. I wanted to be an influencer. I had a goal of owning a business, but I never knew where it would take me. And now knowing that, like, throughout my life, not really knowing specifically what I want to do, but I know if I work towards this specific goal, that's going to help me open doors in the future. And so that's why I'm so excited for my 30s. I'm also excited for my 30s because I feel like financially I'm better and a little bit more set. I feel like my 20s was so ghetto. Struggling financially all the time is not fun whatsoever. So I knew, like, hey, let's struggle in my 20s so we can, relax. We're still gonna work in our 30s, but still relax and not be so like poverty mindset in my 30s. Just setting up my necessary accounts. So this year I started putting money in my 401k, having a high yield savings in not only my business but in my personal life with my husband, and just seeing my money grow and being constantly booked. It just feels so amazing and more secure. I feel very secure this year. Last year, I always told you, especially in my life update, how I felt very unsecure. I felt very like I didn't know what God has planned for me, but I'm scared if I'm not gonna pay like the rent, or like, because influencing is so unpredictable. I don't know when I'm gonna get that paycheck, but this year was just constant flowing, constant consistency, and I believe God is gonna continue that constant flow, constant consistency as long as I obey him. I did mention back a few videos ago on how my quality of life improved when I moved out of my high-rise apartment. So all those times where I felt so stressed trying to keep up with the Joneses, all of that was just too stressful for me. So we dialed it back, and now my quality of life feels amazing. I'm excited to hit my 30s on a more secure level, a more chill. I can't compete like I used to be able to compete back in the day. I was able to post like 4 YouTube videos a week. Like, I can't compete like that anymore. I'm more on a slower grind. It doesn't look like it, but I am more on a slower grind. I'm resting a lot more. I'm listening to what my body has to say. I really am enjoying my family time. I just love the adult Reesie. I feel like I'm entering in adulthood, very responsible, very mature, very cutesy, sexy. Like, I'm loving the body. I'm loving the body that I'm given as a woman. There are some things that I do want to work on and still like stay in shape, but it's just your body is different now. Like, you get a little bit more hit, a little bit more, tatas. Like, just being a little older feels a lot better. Kids, high school kids are calling me miss. Like, I am a grown woman, and I'm excited for it. There's no reason to not be excited for it. God has given us so much life to live, and I'm excited to experience the different decades that God allows me to experience. And life is just so precious, and no matter what society says, growing older is just a beautiful thing. And yeah, that's all I really have to say. I feel like if you are scared to hit your 30s, really unpack that. This is the part, like, especially if you are turning 30 like me and you don't feel the same way I'm feeling, unpack the reason why you feel that way. Do you feel like you're not hitting the goals you used to hit? Or did you feel like you wasted time in your 20s? 30s is the perfect time to pivot, to change your whole entire career. Like me, I would think like, hey, I will go back to culinary school and become a chef. It's never too late to switch your career path. It's never too late to start over again. I think 30s is the perfect time because your mind is more sharp. You're more aware. You're supposed to be more aware. If you're not, I don't know what to tell y'all, but I feel like the older you get, the more aware you are, the more you're like, you know what you want, and you should go for it, fight for it, because this is the youngest you'll ever be. Someone said your 30s is the perfect time to pivot and to change anything you don't like about yourself. Your 40s is when you start to become set in your ways. Your 50s, you are set in your ways. No matter what you believe in, what your morals in, you are set in your ways. No one is going to be able to tell you differently. So this is the 30s is another era in our 20s to just go ham, start over, start something new, begin to love yourself, begin to not care what people think, and overall, get closer to God. That's all I have to say. But yeah, that's all I really have to say. I hope this video gave you some inspiration, gave you some motivation to go out there and become your best self. I love y'all so much. Comment down below other topics you want to talk about, and I'll see y'all in my next video. Don't forget, y'all, to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos. I'm so glad I'm back on YouTube. This is just gonna be like a cute little diary, like chit chat / vlog type of channel. So I hope you guys love the new grown and evolved Reesie. Okay, I'll see y'all. Bye.